Ladies and gentlemen, the world's toughest shrimp. Wolverine. Now, a lot of the people saw this like, oh, brown costume Wolverine, yay. It's a little off, actually. It's more like the toy, which is exactly why I wanted it. I have a ton of Wolverine at this point, and he had his anniversary this year. Well, last year, sorry, because I keep thinking it's still 2024. And he had quite a few figures come out. A couple based on the tiger stripe outfit, and one astonishing. Several plainclothes Wolverine, which kind of made me scratch my head a little bit. And finally this one. Oh, and Wolverine too. I forgot about that one. Yeah, I got that too. Yeah, so I'm pretty well think I'm done on Wolverine. I got the CT Toys brown costume Wolverine, and honestly, when you stand these two side by side, you can tell that the color is way off on this one. But it's the Secret Wars color, so that's why I wanted to get it. The claws are okay. We've seen them a million times at this point. They've come with, I think, every iteration of Tiger Stripe in the past year. They are different than the Astonishing, which is cool. And he's got an unmasked head and a lenticular shield. It sucks. And I'm sorry for people who are being all nostalgic about the lenticular shield, but one thing you're forgetting is those things came with 8 of those little scenes you could play out. So it's like, at least that would have been something if they gave us like 8 scenes. Instead they just give us the basic masked, unmasked. And it's boring. Boring as hell. And honestly, I would have preferred having something else in the box besides that. So, yeah, it's kind of a letdown of an accessory. Of course, that was substituting for Build-A-Figure pieces. And a lot of people are speculating that there's going to be a wave 2 of Secret Wars. I don't know. Because, why would they? You see what I'm saying here? Yeah. I mean, plus I felt like they wasted a lot of opportunity with the Secret Wars line. I mean, they just put out another Cap, another Iron Man, another Spider-Man, and another Wolverine, and they only put 2 new characters in there. That was really a missed opportunity to do some things they could have done. Like Falcon in his proper attire, his proper classic attire. You know, they could have released a new Daredevil. I mean, Daredevil is one of those guys that, you know, he doesn't get his plain suit very often, and people are starving for that. And, you know, I understand Wolverine at least, and I can at least argue Cap, Spidey, and Iron Man were in the line. But there was chances to do a lot more things that fans would have wanted. Of course, why would they do that? They're Hasbro. I mean, they gotta make money or steal your wallet with your nostalgia. Now, that's probably something unfair of me to say because I just told you why I bought this figure, because it looks like the toy. And yes, the toy is one of those things that I lost as a youngster. And, you know, I heard people say, oh God, I wish they had clip-on claws. I'm like, no, those clip-on claws sucked. They were awful, and I'm glad they didn't, because I would have been really mad if they had included them. But at the same time, I don't hate this figure. I kind of like it. It's pretty cool. I have to say, the joints are, for lack of a better term, really soft. They just feel something wrong with them. You know, Marvel Legends joints move a certain way, and these move a little bit too easy. You know, it's not loose, but it's too easy to move. So it's the best way I can describe it as soft. Now, the Spider-Man that came out of this wave did not have that problem, which surprised me, because I mean, you'd think it would be across the board. And yes, it's with titanium too. So, again, it's kind of one of those things that's like, interesting. And, you know, at least on this Wolverine, they got the paint right, in as far as, you know, where it should be marked and everything. Something they failed at with other Wolverines. So, hey, take your victories, right? Now, I can't really tell if this is mostly reuse from the X-Men 97 version. I think it might be, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, either way, it's an easy repaint for Hasbro if they did do that, and I can't say I blame them. You know, get your reuse where you can, right? And that's easy reuse. I mean, that's the kind of reuse you should be doing. You know, you shouldn't be putting everybody on the same body, but, you know, they learned that from Mattel anyway. So, I'm kind of hoping I'm done with Wolverine for a while. I've not heard of any figures in the leak lists for Wolverine, and that Extreme Wolverine, I was like, nah, I'm not in on that one. That doesn't you know, resonate with me as well as I mean, I like that series, don't get me wrong, that was a cool series, but at the same time, that costume, I mean, it was just, yeah, it's just kind of there. I mean, they were trying to do something, you know, close to Ultimate's X-Men without really doing it, and yeah, it was just there. I mean, it wasn't much of nothing. So yeah, I mean, this is a cool figure. I like it. It's not a must-have for anybody. I mean, this is one you could easily pass on. I just got it just because, you know, again, the colors are like the toy. And, you know, even if they redo Brown Costume Wolverine, I think that CT Toys one is just great, and I'm going to stick with that one for a while, because that really nails it. And that really wraps up my Wolverines, you know. Again, a little nostalgia on this one. I kind of caved on that, but not the Secret Wars nostalgia that everybody else is caving on. And it's okay to cave to nostalgia once in a while. It doesn't hurt, but, you know, recognize when you're doing it. Be honest when you're doing it, because really, that's really all you can do. Yeah, at the same time, don't be a slave to nostalgia, because that's got us in the problem we're in right now, of everything being an IP and rehashed and redoing something else. That doesn't mean you can't do it. This is a good example of how you can. But at the same time, you know, it only goes so far. So, you know, you need to treat it lightly and not get too wrapped up in it, but at the same time, don't ignore it. And, you know, sometimes I see that with Secret Wars itself. I mean, a lot of people really gravitate to that line, even though it is very limited. I mean, it only had a couple of waves. I mean, I remember it. I was there when it happened. And yeah, I mean, it was alright for its time. But at the same time, it's not something I want to live in. I mean, I still have my Secret Wars Doom, Captain America, and Iron Man. And I think I have my Spider-Man, all the webs have probably come off him. And I think that's all I got still. I had the whole first wave at least. So, you know, yeah, I can see them touching on this once just to, you know, cash in on that nostalgia, but, you know, you got to be careful of it. Of course, then again, you don't want to get caught in the hype train and lose everything. That's what happens with Star Wars anymore. But, you know, here we are. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to do all that YouTube stuffs, and you guys take care, alright?